All right. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is 2 o'clock. Let's just take a look at how these markets ended here this week. What I have in front of you here are old crop soybeans or January beans coming into kind of their last week of trading. So on the shorter term stuff, what do we have today? We have a bullish engulfing shadow where beans traded lower, threatened and tried to press on this $13 level, and then pulled back away from it and ended up closing up a couple. So what does that mean? Well, typically that's a little bit of a bullish signal. So we should see some strength coming up out of there. Obviously, these are being banged around by weather forecasts down in South America. They're also, kind of shrugging off big purchases from China. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. It seems like in all of these markets, there's a little bit of fundamental news flow coming through, but nothing that's really shocking to the market. So it doesn't really do anything to push it. So there's just not a catalyst that's strong enough to go ahead and press things forward. And so that leaves us in a technical trading range, right? And pretty wide range for beans, 13 to 14 bucks. But we're towards the bottom end of that range and we're holding the support. So that has us looking higher with the recognition that below this level needs to be sold. I kind of like this from a wave count standpoint as well. If you work from this low here and you assume that this was a 5-wave move up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here, okay? So you got a 1, and then you've got an A, B, C down for 2. Now, up from this low that formed on October 12th, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Now we have an A, a B, and this is a C down here. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. And now I think what we've got is a 1, 2 back down. So pay attention to what that setup could look like because we've got natural chart support. We've got a wave count that's nice and positive, and we've got some strength here coming off of this 13. So I think beans are ready to move higher, but they may need a catalyst to help get them there. Now, new crop soybeans or November of 24 beans are holding the 61.8 retracement level, and you've got a little 1, A, B, C down, and then we bounced off the bottom. So this can turn relatively bullish here as well. So we're looking for strength next week in soybeans off of those wave counts. And so that makes this low right here really important, and this one down here at 1258 even more important. So this 1258 to 1266 level is a dime that we don't want to let slip away, and where our hedging criteria will need to be on the short side. Outside of those lows giving way, we're looking higher based on what we're seeing both technically and fundamentally, and our algorithm certainly supports that analysis as well. So what about corn? Let's start with old crop corn first. This is your March corn contract. Not a whole lot to talk about. I think this is a 1-2. I think that's a low. Today we have a bullish engulfing full body and a little bit of a hook reversal. We did not get an outside day up, and we failed to reclaim the hedge line. But if I take this down to a 60-minute chart, what you can actually see is how this unfolded, right? You've got lots of nice chart support here on the 1 hour, and then you've got a 1, 2, 3. I think we're having a little bit of a 4 and then up. So we're looking for strength in corn on Monday as well. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the catalyst will be there, but that is what our bias is telling us. Why won't this change? Come on. There we go. There's your daily chart again of corn. So kind of leaky. This is overlapping corrective, got rejected by the 490 level, and now we seem to be rejecting this 78, 70, 76 level here. So we should be up and out. We don't want to see these lows give way. This one and this one right here. And then if you want a little bit more risk tolerance, it's this series of opens and closes right here. You got a close, you got an open, you got a close, and an open. So you got a lot of chart support right here at 475 that we don't want to see give way here either to the downside. So if you're managing risk on old crop, that's a good spot not to let your risk get out of control on. Make sure you have puts on or something. But I really think this low down here is more than likely to hold, and that we should get some strength up out of this setup. And helping bolster that opinion is our wheat chart. Here's Kansas City. Here's Kansas City wheat. So I really like this action up off the low here. And now we have an A, B, C back down. We've got the volatility here of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now we have a little bit of a small hook reversal here on Thursday and a bullish engulfing shadow here on Friday. Would have liked to have seen this get stronger, but on the other hand, it still did enough to bolster the bullish case here, and we are reversing right at the 61.8 in a wave 2 position. This puts us very clearly in a risk reward situation where the risk is limited to these lows, or even down here to 618. So you have relatively small risk and significant upside here in wheat. So I think wheat is a great spot to take an entry. From a speculative standpoint, and if you need to re-own bushels that you've already owned, we need to be long. We've been saying that for a while, but we need to be in $6.50 to $7 March calls here in wheat, just to make sure we have that re-ownership on to participate on the upside. Now, new crop wheat, same count. I have no interest in being short new crop wheat. We want to make sure that we're owned because the odds have shifted back to a more significant up move should be coming. It just seems like every time we try to rally these markets, they just get sold. They just have like standing sell orders. And I think once we chew through those, we should see some excitement to the upside. When you have lots of standing sell orders and you bounce and you come back down, you should get follow through the downside. Look at corn. When you don't get the follow through and you keep pounding this market lower, but then it doesn't ignite. It just keeps reversing on you. You got reversals, reversal. You've got lots of reversals all the way going back into August. Every time they try to pound this thing lower and suck everybody into the short side, it just gets bought. So something significant is happening here to have that many reversals. If you look at the uptrends that we had in 2021, you don't see those. You don't see those reversals happening all the time like this. You see the higher prices take hold and push and go ahead and push. And short of this market doing that, then I think higher we go. So how do we defend it? Well, like we said, you just don't let these lows get away from you. Because if it is going to accelerate, it's going to accelerate right here, and that's where you want to sell it. But on the other hand, if you do sell it here and it rebounds back, your whipsaw's the smallest because this is your least risky situation. So I'm not advocating any position here. I'm just trying to articulate what we think might happen here coming forward. But we like corn where it's at, and I think if corn goes higher, we like where wheat's at. If one goes, the other one goes. I think they're not going to press against each other and separate much. And then beans are kind of trading their own thing at the moment. But I think sooner or later they all start to move together again, like they normally do. And if wheat and corn are working higher, then I think beans go. And if beans go because of weather, then I think wheat and corn go with it. So I'm not looking for intramarket divergence there at all. I'm looking for them all to move the same direction. All right, that is 9 minutes. We'll see what news happens over the weekend, and we will be with you Monday to talk about it. As always, if something happens and we need to take action, we'll be quick to jump to tell you to do that. But for now, I think we're comfortable with where we're at, which is sold new crop corn with long calls. We're open beans, and we are, especially for those of you that came in recently, and we're open wheat. I like that position. We have re-ownership on an old crop wheat, and if you want re-ownership on an old crop corn, this isn't a bad area to put that on either. You just have to choose how much you want to risk and what kind of a delta you want to have. So we like the upside, and we'll see if that's right or not. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Remember, there is risk trading futures and options, and you should only do so in light of your own financial condition. If you need help or have questions, please reach out and talk to us. We would love to chat with you. Have a great day. See you later.